bunions and blisters. I'd like to welcome you to the 6 p.m. session. The garage is now open. I'm your lead mechanic, Mr. Mech. One time for all the mechanics in the building. Get your tool belt, get your coveralls. Let's get this thing together. In the meantime, in between time, hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Let's run this channel up. Just hit another milestone as far as the numbers are concerned. So I'm loving I'm loving how this is going. But I want to jump right in to this 50 Cent thing. I'm gonna let the room populate a little bit before I, because they're not all used to me being super on time. So just sit there and let y'all stare at this dope hoodie for a second before the room starts getting crowded. But yeah, man, gotta talk about this 50 Cent Ti thing. I know you've seen it. All right, so you know what? 50 decided that he was gonna post and delete this whole uh, little thing alluding to him working on another documentary. Charlie Funk official salute to one of the original mechanics. Good to see you, King. You see the topic, you know what we doing, Charlie. Hope your birthday went well, by the way. Just throw that out there. But hey, one time for Charlie Funk. I know you up on. I know you saw this 50 Cent Ti thing. Like, listen, 50 posted and deleted. I got it right here. He's got a picture of Ti and Tiny next to each other. It says 50 Cent reportedly developing surviving Ti and Tiny documentary. And then it says, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? Damn, you thought I wasn't coming. Hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're gonna ask you about your 20 actual. I don't want to say it. I don't want to get demonetized. Ask you about your 20 assault cases. You might want to talk to a crisis PR person. And then he says, new music today. Listen, listen. I'm just gonna say this as plainly as possible. We've danced this dance. We've gone over the fact that the posts, the gifts, the memes, those wouldn't get 50 the kind of win that he wanted. You know, it wouldn't be a clear, undisputed, raise his hand in victory type move for him. He would have to get in the booth and rap. Now, the only part about this message that excited me is when he said new music today. I was really hoping he was going to come clean with that. Um, you know, the day came and went. We don't have any new 50 Cent music. The only way for him to get to the win, the kind of win he says he wanted. Again, I need to clarify this because too many of y'all just go off on these tangents. Never said 50 had to rap. I said in order for him to get the kind of win that he's always been after, the kind that always seemed to satisfy him, is that he would have to rap. And it looks like he's refusing to do that. I've come to peace with the fact that he's not gonna rap. B74, what up, sis? I see you. Welcome, one of the original mechanics. Get your tool belt. We just getting started. I've already come to terms with the idea that 50 is not gonna rap. Right? I get that. For everybody who feels the need to jump in the comments and say 50 ain't gonna rap, like you act like he's going. No, I get that he's not going to. However, I feel like having the belief that he won't doesn't mean we shouldn't have the expectation that he might, or the hope that he might. We can hope that he might, and we should judge him accordingly. He should have to rap. We should hold him accountable. We should hold him responsible. He should have to rap. But 50 has shown that he is really just about the win, not necessarily about the rhymes, not necessarily about the culture. He's just going to get these wins. So, okay, cool, no problem. But this whole thing, just in case you guys haven't seen it, he posted and deleted this whole thing. 50 Cent reportedly developing surviving Ti and Tiny documentary. I'm gonna say this straight. I'm gonna say this straight. No cut, no chaser. Bro, doing a documentary about a guy who dissed you 3 times and not dissing him back. Y'all might kill me for this, but I'm going to say what I'm thinking. This feels real Drake to me. This feels real Drake to me. This feels like losing the battle and suing, going to get a lawyer. You are now taking this in a completely different direction. Just so we're clear, when it came to the T.I. and Tiny thing, I went and looked into it myself just to see what he might be working on, because this ain't the same as the Diddy documentary. Diddy was already well on his way to going to jail when this happened. When they released that doc, the feds had already come to get him. He was already in lockup. Like, totally different story. I went and just to refresh myself on this whole thing. Yo, nothing ever came of any of these charges. They were all accusations and hearsay, and I'm not shooting them bail, but you can go look for it for yourself. Some of them, the statute of limitations dropped off. Like, nobody refiled anything. It's not like there was double jeopardy. Nobody came back and get it. It all felt real shaky when you looked at it under the light. Not saying that would stop a good documentary. If you go look at the doc, there weren't too many people in there. The Diddy doc, there weren't too many people in there who were actually on camera telling you that he did something illegal. Or with proof that he did something illegal. It's all hearsay. But this ain't even about shooting Diddy no bail. Diddy already locked up. This, you gonna do this? Bro, you gonna do a documentary on this man instead of just making a 16? Seriously? Instead of just putting a song together, one of the better songwriters of our genre, 50 Cent. This man has hit records. Melodies were not a problem for him. Harmonies and hooks and all that good stuff. This dude could write a song. This is what it's come to. This is what you doing. You gonna make a document. Yo, bro, this is feeling super Drake to me. This is almost like dry snitching to get him up off you. Like this, and T.I. had already said he was done with it. But this is what you do instead of rapping. You gonna make a documentary and hope to get him to in hopes of what? In hopes of what? I just want him to rap. I just want records. I just want you to spit. Get back in the booth. Let this foot between your cheeks fuel you to get back to doing what we started loving you for in the first place. Just get back in the booth. A documentary, yo, that's like, it feels like calling the lawyers. It feels very much like calling the lawyers. It feels like a cease and desist. Like this isn't a win. This ain't the checkmate you think it is. Especially since, like I said, I looked it up. All of the charges, all of the charges were out the window. Everybody's telling me, the 50 Cent fans will come into the comments and tell me how much of a rat T.I. is, and he don't need to be addressing no rat. T.I. even addressed that. Like, T.I. is playing this, whether he's telling the truth or he's not telling the truth. He's creating what the laws, the legal system would determine is reasonable doubt. And y'all know I don't like talking street business. I'm not a street dude. I don't care about street stuff. Like, so all this, you battling the snitch. I don't care what he was when he spit the verse at you. Like, he's a talented rapper and he's taking aim at you, another talented rapper. That makes y'all even. He's not beneath you in much. So Come on, bro. Like y'all gotta stop copping pleas and shooting dudes all this bail. I'm just being objective. It's not the fact I'm from New York. I'm from Queens. But I'm objective. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not going right is right and wrong is wrong. I didn't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a horse in this race. I just want to see music. Anything you gonna get from me is about, yo, I want the culture to keep moving forward. With that being said, this is a nice little prelude. We can get some music out of two of our greats, one from New York, one from the South. We can get some real music popping going into the spring. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Winter's starting to thaw off. It's starting to feel nice out here. Might have to move and take a couple of these hats off and say, yo, we can get it popping. We can have a good time. I'm always just about more music. You gonna do a documentary instead of making music? You gonna do a doc, bro? I hope he posted and deleted it just on something. But bro, I'm hoping he posted and deleted it because it was a troll. I'm just hoping he was trolling. But this ain't it. This ain't the kind of win. This ain't gonna get Fifth the kind of win that he wants. A documentary ain't gonna do it. A documentary on stuff that this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. New music today would have been it, but I hope it ain't the theme song for the documentary. Like it ain't even a back and forth at this point. It's really one sided. But if you wasn't gonna respond, you should have just kept it G and just not responded at all and just left it alone and chalked it up as an L and moved on. Not that serious in the long term scheme of things. Even in the short term. T.I. gonna do his thing. He gonna drop his album, fade off into the sunset, or maybe Clifford Harris comes back and makes an out like whatever it is, or maybe he just executive produces his kids from here on out and does cameos on there. Maybe that's how he gets his creative rocks off. But like a documentary instead of actual bars, seriously, you rather hire a camera crew than an engineer? Like you'd rather rent an editor than a studio? This feels Drake to me. I'm not gonna hold you. This feels Drake to me. Drake loses the battle and sues. Defamation. You lose this. I can't even call it a battle because you ain't even jump in. But you lose this back and forth, so you do a documentary and try to expose his personal and private life, like, and it's not even private. Like, it's not personal and private. It's all there to be seen. I went and looked like a handful of Google searches got me all the information I needed. And again, I'm not even caping for Ti, but like, bro, come on, you making it hard to. I don't know how you defend stuff like this. As a 50 Cent fan, as a G Unit fan, I don't know how you defend these moves. Dead ass. You gonna do a documentary, my man? This feels like Drake suing Universal because he lost the battle of Kendrick. It feels like you can't sue him, so you're gonna do a documentary on him. That's how this feels. That's how this feels. Release music. I don't want to hear. I'm not interested in any excuses at this point. The bridges is burned for me personally. I'm not even checking for nothing. If it's not music, I don't necessarily want to hear that. He even said new music today, and then just deleted the whole thing. No music at all. This is terrible, bro. This is terrible. This is not it. This is not what we want from our heroes in this thing. A documentary. You gonna do it? That feels like I'm gonna tell on you. That's what that sounds like. This is like a different. This just feels like a different kind of. I'm not even like, again, I'm not a street dude. I don't like to use the word snitching, but this feels like you tattling, you tattletaling, and you just gonna blow up and throw a flashlight on something that is was shown to be nonsense. Again, I'm not trying to shoot bail, but I looked this up already. I just had to go see. Oh, word, he gonna do a doc? Quick search. Quick search. You find out that the whole thing is like smoke and mirrors. T.I. a rat. You don't need to be replying back to no rat. For all those who kicked that newsflash, man, Fifth got just the same kind of allegations hanging against him. Like the same kind of people will tell you police, all this other stuff, 50, 50. Like I've heard, or that's why I didn't give. That's why I didn't put any kind of weight or any kind of credit to either one of those, because at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care. I'm a hip hop head. I'm. It's cool that I don't care. It's okay for me not to care about anything having to do with anything having to do with the streets. It's okay that I don't care about that. I only care about music, and it's the one thing that one of these gentlemen has decided not to give, which is his prerogative. But you gonna do a documentary like that? Please don't let this be true. I just need that. I need this to be capped. I need this to be capped. Like dead ass. I need this to be capped. What's under the cap? Are you talking about me? Game Trooper 8576. Are you talking about me? I did just say that's cap. What's under the cap is a lie. What's under this cap is a lie. No, the hat. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm just curious. Dope, bro. Mind your business. Mind your business. Why do you care? Mind your business. Did you just skip past everything we were talking about so you could ask me what's under my hat, like as if that's no part of the subject. Mind your business. Sheesh. Ah man, I bet you're not even a subscriber. I just landed here. Well, you coming in the wrong way. Take, maybe it's a female. Maybe it's a female. You know what, B74, you might be right. I'm sorry. I just want to stay on time. Y'all. One time for the mechanics. Hit the like, hit the sub. That's how you show your boy love. Let's stay on topic for a second. And the bad part is we don't have a topic. We don't close their garage bay. All mechanics are welcomed here. All mechanics are welcomed here. But I need you to stay in the flow of the conversation, bro. Or sis, game trooper. I need you to stay in the flow of the conversation. Like, stay with me here. We're not talking about what's under my hat. We're trying to figure out what's under the motive of your man posting this thing, developing, surviving Ti and Tiny. Like, this feels so Drake. This feels so Drake. I lost, so I'm going to tell on you. I lost, so I'm going to get you in trouble. I can't beat you musically, so I'm going to do something else. And I'm going to fight you the only way that I feel like I can win, even though it doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. This feels so Drake. I don't know if anybody else caught this. I don't know if anybody else feels this way but me. But the second I saw that you are, and it's going to feel like that for me from now on. Dead ass. But Drake was willing to rap. Right. But the second he lost, the second he realized he couldn't win the war where it mattered, he went and tried to find another way to fight completely. one that didn't have anything to do with his pen and his ability to write a better record than his opponent. And that's what this feels like when it comes to 50. But I get your point, which is kind of why this is even worse, because he's not even giving you a verse. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. He's not even giving you bars. He went straight to this option, straight to the I'm going to go tell on you option. That's crazy. That's crazy. You didn't like at least drop a record before you take it to you. This, do you feel this sure that you're not going to get a win out of it? You feel this positive about it? And this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. What makes you think rapping matters to Fifth? You guys are not listening when I get into this. I'm not telling you rapping matters to Fifth. What I'm telling you is 50 wants to win. Also, what I'm telling you is the kind of win that he always seems to want. That kind of win is only going to come through bars. It's not going to come through gifs, memes, posts, or jokes. It won't come that way. The people are not going to give him and declare him the winner. And when I say people, I mean non-G Unit stands. They're not going to declare him the winner because he did anything other than rap. He has to rap in order to get that win. So I'm not telling you that it matters to him. But he is picking on rappers. He is only going back and forth with rappers. Coveralls covering folks' ears tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can just repeat myself, which is like one of my pet peeves. But maybe I'm in the wrong business to have a pet peeve of repeating myself. Anyway, I'm not telling you that rapping matters to Fifth. That has nothing to do with this. The fact is, if you don't want to rap, stop picking at rappers. You want to make movies? Go diss Ryan Coogler. Diss him. Make a better movie than him. Go get it Spike Lee and make better movies than that dude. Like if this is what we doing, you want to make documentaries, this, National Geographic, go take a shot at them. You keep insulting rappers. You keep getting at rappers. Rappers keep finding reasons to be mad at you. T.I. started it though. No, he did not. Popular misconception. No, he did not. T.I. was asked a question about why the verses between he and 50 never happened. He answered the question. Let me just put y'all on to something. As a journalist, as the guy who's had a career doing interviews, the subject rarely gets to choose the questions that they will and won't answer. He was calling them names because like, yo, you backed out, you this, you that. Like, bro, it's not. You missed the start. You just missed the way it got to this point. You missed the start. The beginning of it was him being answered the question, and if you take offense to the answer, it doesn't make the answer any less true. That's something when I coach artists doing like media training, you coach them. You have to let them know, listen, an answer just has to be true. Well, the answer should be true. Whether people get offended by it won't make it any less true. That's my response to journalists that I'm coaching, and that's my response to artists that I'm media training. Very rarely do you get an opportunity to say, I'm not going to answer that question without it looking crazy that you didn't answer that question. So your best bet is to prepare an answer for a question that is probably going to make you uncomfortable. That's your best bet. Instead of just saying, I'm not going to answer that. Because not answering a question in this world is kind of an answer. So just say, why now? Because he was asked about verses, bro. Like, if I'm a journalist, I'm going to ask about that too. How come you never got down with the verses? It's a great subject. And if I'm a journalist, you also see why that was a super dope question to ask, because look at all the stuff that came from it. Of course you ask questions like that. But you don't. Why now? Like, as if T.I. had a choice or an option of what he was going to be asked. I mean, you do have a choice. I just got finished saying sometimes you can tell people, I'm not going to talk about this, I'm not going to talk about this, and I'm not going to talk about this. But if they decide to ask you that question on camera and you decide not to answer it, you just look stupid. You just look stupid. Pleading the fifth during funny, pun intended. Pleading the fifth during a regular interview. If I ask you about verses, it's because I want to know how come you never did a verses. Especially if it's your last album, we talking catalog, that would have been a great way to do it. Like, it's great promo. Why didn't you ever do a verses? Cause he didn't feel, bro. Y'all. Why are you shooting all this bail? I don't care about what happened 19 years ago. Fifth is bringing up stuff that happened 5, 6 years. Why does that matter? If he dissed them 19 years ago, why diss 50? Maybe because 19 years ago, 50 had a machine behind him that was rolling over everything in sight. Maybe he understood that dissing 50 back then, or at least returning fire back then, would have gotten his career smoked and choked because 50 was rolling with the Interscope crew. And that was super crazy back then. Super crazy. That Interscope team and machine was a different monster. 19 and the diss now is not even on some, you know, I don't know why Fifth dissed him back then, but we know why the insults are happening now. He put his wife on a t-shirt. He's insulting his wife. Like, y'all gotta stop looking for excuses. At the end of the day, I don't care why. I'm not even gonna hold you. All I want is music. This ain't street beef. This ain't. I'm not telling these grown ass men to go outside and shoot it out. I want records. Y'all keep talking about beef, and I'm talking about competition. And I want to see competition happening. And what I'm saying is, if we're talking it from a competitive standpoint, a musically competitive standpoint, 50 Cent will not see the kind of win that he wants to see without music. He can't joke or he can't joke his way out of it. He can't meme his way out of it. He can't post his way out of it. And he damn sure can't documentary his way out of it. Like, that just feels super weak. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. That's not it. That's not it. Bro, get in the booth or don't. But please don't do this. I'm pointing at the 50 Cent reportedly developing surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. I'm pointing at it on my screen. Please don't do this. If it's not going to be music and it's just going to be silence, whatever it is, don't let it be this. Don't do this. This feels very I'm suing because I lost. I now need to take the fight someplace else where I can win that doesn't have anything to do with music. Here's the other thing. If you are a person in a powerful position, you can't get there without making enemies. And just as a journalist, let me tell you, as somebody who was there for the rise of 50 Cent, who was an active, my pen was very active during those days. Please let me be the one to tell you, all powerful men have enough enemies to make a documentary out of. That doesn't hold a lot of weight. And that's just a side observation. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just a little something for you. Just a little something for you anymore. That's not what 50 does anymore. So he sits. So just be quiet. So just be quiet. But making a documentary, that ain't it. That I'm sorry, that ain't it. That feels like Drake suing to me. And that, I don't even see that as a that. It just feels the same. It feels like I can't win musically, so I'm gonna tell on you. So I'm gonna try and get you in trouble. Last studio album 2014. But did you know he had two verses? He's got a verse this year and dropped two verses last year. I'm not listening to that last studio album. Like, I don't care about that. The man's capable of coming outside and putting pen to pad when he wants to. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. That don't matter. That's not an excuse to hide behind. And if you rusty, shake the rust off. If you shake it off, or stop picking it at people who clearly don't have a lot of rust to shake off, then he should. Facts, but he doesn't want to, then he should. Who is you? That was a stupid well, I don't even know if he's talking to me. I don't even know if he's talking to me. I'm going to leave that one alone. Bro, won't get him the win that he wants. Won't get him a documentary ain't going to get him the win that he wants. And I really need him to stop this. As a 50 Cent fan, I just want the music. I don't want to hear no documentary. As a cultural advocate, as somebody who really digs hip hop culture and everything that comes with it, I just want the music. Don't do this, bro. Don't do this. Don't make a documentary. Don't do this. Get in the booth. This documentary stuff, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'ma stop. I'ma stop right there. A documentary over bars is crazy work. A documentary over bars is crazy work. A documentary before bars is crazy work. An announcement of a documentary before you announce actual bars is crazy work. During this entire announcement, the last thing said was new music today. You announce that before you announce the bar. A documentary over bars is crazy work. Will bars be in the theme song? Jesus Christ, I said that. Okay, the mechanics have officially caught up. Um, yeah, now I just want to, brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters. This has been the 6 p.m. session. The garage is now officially closing. One time for all the mechanics who pulled up and got in the building. Please keep this conversation going. I'm going immediately down to the comments as soon as this uploads so we can start chopping it up because I want a little bit more of this feedback. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. The channel is growing, and that's because of y'all. So let's just keep the party going. I could have made that rhyme. The channel is growing. Let's keep the party going. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. I can't turn it off. All the mechanics, hang up your tools, hang up your coveralls. I will see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at the shop. Pull up, pull up, and let's get it cracking. One time to all the mechanics. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.